First world problems. You can't afford to fill up the pool. Little Jimmy and Rebecca can't go swimming this summer. They're not happy. You're not happy. And you need to get a brand new cell phone as soon as possible because the company took the company phone back from you, that beautiful Galaxy S8. There's only one solution. Go out there and buy a cheap cell phone plan. That's where the Moto E4 comes in play. This is a $70 smartphone with Verizon or $130 off contract, and it's the perfect smartphone to get work done for those of you who are on a budget. The Moto E4 is a cheap phone, kind of like this cheap tie. In fact, you know what? That's fine. Cheap phones are great because you can abuse them. If you lose it, it's not a big deal. And to be quite honest, that's exactly what I need right now in life. The back cover comes off so I can swap out the battery. There's a place to put a micro SD card because you're going to want to use one since there's only 16 gigabytes of storage space on the device and half of it's kind of used up by the operating system. You can swap out the SIM and there's a fingerprint scanner on the bottom of the phone which often doesn't come on budget smartphones. I got to commend Motorola for putting one there. They even included the same gestures that you get on the Moto Z2 Play and of course the Moto G5. The display is 5 inches, which is kind of small, kind of like this Blazer, but you know what? It does the job. You can see what you need to see, you can check your email, you can respond to that new job offer, and it's fine for watching video. Now, 720p is fine on a 5-inch display. I wouldn't worry about it too much. The colors are not the greatest. I mean, what do you expect? Did I mention this is a $70 smartphone? But they're fine for everyday use, and when you're in the sunlight, you're probably gonna have to keep the brightness as high as possible because it just doesn't get that bright. So did I mention before that this is a $70 phone? So you're not gonna get amazing sound, but at least you have a front-facing speaker and the sound is directly hitting you, which is kind of great for a phone at this price point. There's a headphone jack, which seems to be a big issue these days, and you can use any of your headphones that you have lying around the house without any problems. So software and performance is always important on any smartphone you buy. And the good thing about this phone is that Motorola continues making their software experience very, very clean. It's not the fastest phone, but again, this is a $70 phone. It's using the Snapdragon 425 and there's only 2 gigabytes of RAM. So you're not gonna be playing the latest games or anything like that, but it's absolutely fine for browsing the web, checking your email, and going on social media. Phone calls sound great. I mean, I have had no complaints from the other person on the other end of the line, and I've had no issues with Wi-Fi connectivity and stuff like that. So even if you're a student or someone who's looking to get a brand new smartphone, I think for a new phone, you'll be happy with the way it performs. The camera's fine. I mean, it's not like my Vert2 and the Galaxy S8 that I had when I was working for my last job, but for taking Tinder profile pictures, for my resume, upcoming resume, maybe a couple of headshots, if the lighting's good, you'll be able to get a decent photo. It also records in 1080p, so in case you gotta do a little portfolio of yourself for your next acting job. And you know, like a guy like this, who's dressed like this, needs to look good. So it's important to have something of decent quality to take those pictures. Now, most students will be happy with it. It's fine for social media. It's fine for taking quick Instagram stories. But if you're a smartphone photography lover, this is obviously not gonna be the camera for you. Battery life is important. It's one of the technologies that are not progressing fast enough compared to everything else on a smartphone. But the Moto E4 does a great job getting you through the entire day. If you're a light user, you can probably make it to 2 days. If you're a heavy user, you'll make it until the evening, which is perfect for students going to school, people like me who have to find a brand new job, or just anybody who likes to use their smartphone for the entire day and needs their battery life to last. All right. Here's my closing thoughts. The Moto E4 is a great budget phone. It doesn't have the best qualities, it doesn't have the greatest display, it doesn't have the greatest battery life, it doesn't have the greatest sound, but it does everything okay. And for $70, you're not gonna find anything else out there that's much better. If you're a student or a parent who's buying their kids a first phone, this is the perfect device for them. Or for someone who can't afford an expensive smartphone but just needs to do the basic things to get things done, then this is the phone for you. So that wraps up my review of the Moto E4. I want to hear what you guys think of it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Can't believe I got fired. Take the guy's stapler. I did not take the guy's stapler. Piece of shit. God, fired me for a stapler. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I know, those calves are pretty hairless. That's embarrassing. Was that too cheesy?